Almost nothing will pass through the snow, except my footprints.
Thank you for the Tailwind song. Let me quickly check to see if everything is working properly. Because the setup I have going feels psychotic. And it's new to me, which is why it feels wrong. Let me just see, is everything working okay? It seems like it. Oh, unstable. Bitrate, awesome. That's what I love to see. But other than that, it seems to be going alright. So, I have been waiting all day to get into this new story shit. Because just from the trailer they auto show you from when you log in, it looks absurd. People are turning into dust for no reason. It's awesome. The secret of the diagonal. It seems like we're starting on Math Cult Island, which was like the whole thing of chapter 5 was just going to Math Cult Island. In the transcendent heavens, she thought she could grasp it all, but then she had a fall. Oh. Very insmat? Is that how you pronounce words? Who's to say?
Mama, I have a question.
Mama, why don't you show me your math dick?
The irrational numbers?
Well, they're irrational. Oh, fuck. I got my numbers mixed up. I thought of imaginary numbers instead of irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers again? They're ones that repeat forever, yeah? Like, 1/3, technically.
Do you feel the same about them, 37?
Mama, don't deflect the question. Don't fucking deflect this on me, mother. 37 looks down and kicks away a pebble. Bah, fuck you, Pebble.
You see, Mama, I can count to 3 and to 17, but I can never count to something like 0.0100100001000001, let alone use it in calculations.
Math Cult Island is such a fucking. Like, this is the whole island. I can't use it in calculations. That's what a coward thinks. I taught you horribly, 37. I have no daughter. Just throws her into the ocean.
Countless non-repeating decimals would make a mess of the results, and I can't keep the equations as simple and elegant as I want.
And really, if I can't keep it simple, why not just throw them out?
What? Your favorite, the circle. The ratio of its circumference to diameter is also an irrational number, is it not? Pi is special. I know how it was found and what it represents, so I trust it and use it in my calculations. The same with e, logarithm 2, and root 2.
No, Mom, pi is one of the good ones. Look, just because I hate rational numbers doesn't mean that I don't hate all irrational numbers. Pi is one of the good ones. E. I forgot. How do I haven't taken math in so long. When I see E, I don't think of it in the math way, I think of it in the meme way.
But not many irrational numbers are this convenient to work with.
They're a bit inconvenient, so maybe they should just be eradicated from the system. Have you ever thought of that, Mother?
Some have no patterns, no simplest forms, and no end. I can't work out their digits, write them out, or calculate them. Not to pinpoint on the number axis, but there's an infinite amount of these irrational numbers.
I I love how this sounds like a kid complaining about something, but then it's complaining about like very specific math. Like, this has the same tone as a kid going, "But mom, I wanted ice cream. Why do we have to get spinach?"
What's so funny, Mama? You're a clever, silly goose, my dear.
I've raised you to be extremely autistic about this subject, huh?
You don't dislike them, you just don't understand them enough.
Leaning down, she picks up a soggy twig. Her hand moves, sliding the tip of the twig across the sand. 4 equal perpendicular lines are drawn, with 2 diagonal lines intersecting in the middle. It is the shape of a familiar square.
Take our old friend root 2, for instance.
Oh god.
The irrationality of this number can be proven through basic arithmetic, as it cannot be expressed as an irreducible fraction of integers a over b.
Oh, I'm too out of my depth here. I hate this.
Proof by contradiction is enough, with no knowledge of irrational numbers required. The presence of root 2 is prevalent in nature, and it is particularly noticeable along the diagonals of a square. This means...
This is the type of shit that, like, when my teacher was explaining in school, I would just be sitting there like, yep, totally get it. And then I copy it onto the test and never think of it again.
Oh, I know. This means the system built solely on the ratio of integers was flawed. Yes, root 2 is simple, elegant, and one of the greatest discoveries in mathematics. It showed the existence of infinite incommensurable numbers, with root 2 being the most obvious one to find. This was how the Tower of Old Ideas crumbled, paving the way for revolutionary breakthroughs that catapulted mathematical analysis into uncharted frontiers.
Oh god, this is, the setup I have might be causing some audio issues, and if so, I apologize.
We discovered a kingdom beyond our traditional methods, one that's immeasurable, incommensurable, and inexhaustible. And the key to its gates is hidden in plain sight, in the diagonal of a square.
I feel so much of the "I love your words, Magic Man." I love your funny words, Magic Man.
A kingdom of irrationality.
That's what we call humanity.
I see now, Mama. We are not all-knowing beings. There will always be numbers beyond our awareness, such as the nature of irrational numbers. So, if we get to know the irrational numbers better, we can be friends with them too. But you haven't told me why people on the island hate them.
Oh, it's just 'cause they're assholes. Simple as that, really. The image of her mother's face fractured. But her smile is clear, gentle, quiet, and almost pitying. Mother? Why are you breaking into pieces, Mother? Well, we're back to modern day weirdness. And by modern day, I mean the end of chapter 5, which I'm guessing this chapter, like, somehow takes place during chapter 6, maybe? Or at least, like, immediately after it. The girl sits upright in bed, her eyes staring into the air in dismay.
Sophia? How long was I out?
Oh, it's been 5 years. Just like in a stupidly long time.
You've been in a coma for a week.
Aw, that's not as stupidly long of a time as I had hoped. Oh, fuck, I forgot. You could see that. Her words were cut off as 37 jumps off the bed, rushing her way out.
No, stop! You're not well yet!
Knock that shit off!
There's no time. I have to find Six. I have to tell them now.
What?
The circle has been broken.
Oh yeah, I guess that was like the revelation at the end of that chapter. The end of chapter 5 was real weird. Really, the only thing I remember from it is we're on a math cult. There's a lot of weird rules and regulations. Debates go on as they normally do, and World War I happened and bombed the place. Honestly, for a while, I thought 37 was dead from the bombs. The secret of the Diane.
Learned some manners in Apeiron, haven't we? Namely, to abstain from beans, never parcel off a loaf, and stay away from the white roosters on the road.
Yeah, we still don't know who this person is. But yeah, they had a bunch of random ass laws.
It's been so long since we last talked about these things. How time does fly. This rusty brain of mine is struggling to keep up. We should have waited until dawn to light the candles. The sun would have mistaken the day for night and delayed its appearance in the morning. That way we would have had more time to talk.
I still don't really understand the point of this character, the question marks lady, like the grandma that just kind of talks at you a lot during the in-betweens.
Indeed. You possess a far greater understanding of the laws of nature than your ancestors. It's only natural that you wouldn't relate candlelight to sunrise. But for the people of earlier times, there was a commonly understood connection between the two.
Oh, God damn it! I keep missing the the point.
Plenty was filled at the harvest festival? Did the field not wave with grain?
Oh yeah, it's philosophical grandma today.
It's human nature to try to understand the world. Of course, at that time, mistakes were made, and some phenomena were attributed to the wrong causes. Some theories were developed from false facts.
Yeah.
It was a time of symbols, you see.
Such as
The flower
this
represented
symbol
blessings and
of a
harvest.
really cool S I
The
made.
Ouroboros, the eternal cycle. The hawk, wit and astuteness. And the soil, safety and protection. Aside from nature, the circle symbolized protection, the triangle, stability, and the triple helix, ascendance, change, and the unity of mind, body, and soul.
You know, this is one of those times where I really wish my VTuber model was better, just so it could capture the look of what the hell are you talking about on my face that this game constantly gives me.
As time went on, things became associated with one another, and more symbols were created.
It's not a very methodological approach. Well, of course it isn't. It was just people making symbols.
With your own eyes, dear. It's clear when something is related and when it isn't. If the outcome isn't what we expect, these symbols must be incorrect. But it's not their physical form that's wrong. Physical objects never lie. It's the meaning and concept given to them that are wrong, you see.
I don't know, I think I've had some physical objects lie to me before. I'm just saying.
Objects are just objects. A match is just a match, not the illuminator of the moon. An animal is just an animal. The circle and triangle are only shapes. And you are just you.
But I am a liar. So, wrap that one around your head, philosophy grandma. Blue and the gray. It's the prayer hall. Wary eyes meet in a silent standoff. Oh god, we're still on this shit. They've been arguing for 18 years now.
Nothing's happening.
The Hall of Truth is as crowded as ever. Ideas, noises, and arguments are all crammed into one space.
Miss Virgin, your attention, please.
You're new. We didn't have a purple lady here before.
This
Is that
an
purple
inferno,
guy?
And your answer determines the fate of you and your friends. There will be a vote on your punishment, considering the leak of the island's coordinates and the damages caused by you and Manus Vindictae.
I like how this game really just introduces new types of beings and then just never establishes anything on this. It's just like, oh yeah, this exists now. Like last event, they were just like, oh yeah, mermaids exist. Yeah, they just exist. Here's one. Alright, bye.
Yet, in the past 2 hours, you've looked at your watch 10 times. Forgive me for being blunt. What could possibly bother you more than your sentence?
More than your sentence.
My apologies.
Well, why would your apologies bother you more than your sentence? That just doesn't make any sense at all. A mocking click of the tongue can be heard from the crowd.
Let her look, 888. Doesn't it occur to you that time is also in the form of numbers?
888. God, why do they have to choose so many meme numbers in my head? It's like 8, 8, 8.
Perhaps she's waiting for her lucky number to come.
His words cause a ripple of chuckles throughout the hall. Clearly, after hours of debate and discussion, this light-hearted moment brings a much-needed sense of relief.
Besides, what conclusions have the good people here made? We were brought together in this great hall today, for misfortunes have struck us in the past week. Manus followers were found dead in our sacred place, the Gorgon current was cut off, and a human army has invaded our land. There are also the territorial disputes, the threats from external powers, and the conflicts between our guests.
Yeah. Oh yeah, last chapter. I do love last chapter. When people in Europe found out about this island, they immediately all assumed it belonged to them, which is very in character. That is historically accurate.
As you can see, our guests have brought us quite the unexpected gifts.
And by gifts, I mean bombs!
They will give us their explanations. But whose words should we trust? Those of the Foundation or Manus Vindictae?
Whose words should we trust? Those of the Foundation or those of the literal Nazis that are trying to create an ethno-state and kill all of the undesirables? These two things are equal in our minds. Although that's also actually lore accurate to the real world.
I swear on the Stone of Truth that I have no knowledge of the League. We never gave any information to the humans. As we speak, the St. Pavlov Foundation is taking measures to mediate the territorial disputes from outside the island.
I did not leak any of the characters that are coming out in the coming years in Smash Bros. I did not share that picture of Ken. No one here did. That was all Manus Vindicte, ruining the surprise for everyone. They also created the Grinch leak, just to set people off and ruin their expectations.
But you did report everything here to the Foundation. And you don't know what they did with the information, do you?
Right.
What accent is that? It sounds very like Canadian / Minnesotan for 888.
A questionable defense. A doubtful explanation. Why should we trust her? We all know that the Foundation is closely associated with the humans. They are the false friends of the Arcanists, with their crocodile tears and broken vows. While many may have changed over time, their nefarious human taint lingers.
Their nefarious taint lingers. Oh, Nefarious Taint sounds like a fucking good song title, actually.
Besides, why should we seek collaboration and assistance from an organization that's 7 years behind us on the study of the emanation?
Because your number cult is cringe, and the Foundation is very slightly less cringe.
The moment of decision has not yet arrived. Let's give our old friend Manus Vindicte a fair and equal hearing before casting our pebbles into the pot.
But first, let's have the Nazis give their opinion. Directing to the audience's attention across the stage. On the right, there sits a quiet figure in black and blue. Damn it, the evil hot woman.
Indeed.
Back again.
The Foundation's understanding of the emanation is 7 years behind ours. However, our Manus friends here are unable to speak at all, let alone understand complex mathematical principles. Please enlighten us, Miss Arcana. Why were swaths of your followers found dead at the door of our sacred place? Did our math lessons drive them to madness, causing them to bash their heads against the gates of truth like martyrs?
If so, that's fair. You know what? We did do the math lessons a bit much. I can understand why they killed themselves. I'm just saying. Perhaps. Her quick and straight answer causes a commotion in the crowd. Yet she only gently closes the book on her lap, uncaring of the suspicious stares around her.
One must confess that our followers were ill prepared to take on the wisdom of the island.
Please excuse my drippy head ornament.
But we did
Don't
seek
worry about that.
mutual development with sincerity. I trust you are aware of the assistance we have provided over the years in this world of matters which you, though reluctantly, relied upon. As to this debate, I was once told a story that now seems fitting to recount.
Wow, she said so much while not saying anything at all. She's good at this. The fair-haired judge has not spoken a word since the debate began.
Pray, share with us.
Thank you kindly. Is the story of the Circle. A young artist told it to me before I arrived on this island.
Oh god, back to this shit again.
In the ancient past, amid a world of primitive instincts and ignorance, the first intelligent mind awakened. Overwhelmed by the enormity of nature and dismayed by its own insignificance, the creature was shaken to its core. In an act of defiance, it drew a magic circle, shielding its powerless self from the formidable world beyond.
And you know it's magic because it's
This
spelled
was
with
the
a
first
K.
magic,
Oh,
when the
shit.
primitive man mastered the pneuma within and wielded it against the relentless forces of nature.
I guess it's on auto, even though I didn't
In
set
that
it to auto.
process, man hath gained a
'Cause we
deep
gotta see the circle
understanding of the
animation.
boundaries and limitations of its power. This is the tale of the first circle.
Nice argument, Arcana. Could I get a source for it? Ah, you see, the source is that I made it the fuck up.
The circle shielded us, and its protection benefits thee to this day. What I find intriguing in this story, man hath established its existence, recognized its boundaries, and learned the purpose of life, all by relying upon this very circle.
I feel like that's a weird conclusion to jump through from that story. Like, it started with circle, but we've expanded outwards, you know? It's like saying, oh, well, a man looked at a wheel for the first time, and then invention happened. Bang! The hall gets bursts open. The intruder, with a small figure, leans weakly against the door frame.
37.
The British are coming! Oh, they're already here. Fuck! All eyes are fixed on the young girl. Some have even risen to their feet in surprise. The leader on the bench breaks the silence.
What's wrong, 37?
The island.
Her pale lips tremble, struggling to get the words out.
Our island has fallen ill.
It's down with the sickness. What? That can't be. It can't be a motherfucking down with the sickness. Even the silentest sound is gone. An eerie silence descends upon the hall. Thud. Another dull, muffled thump as something struck a hard surface. But it's enough to get the rest of the crowd to their feet. They look up at the roof. The thud came up there. Thud, 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 thud. More thumps. It's as if the hall had turned into a drum, with an out-of-control drummer playing frantically on the dome. That guy was fucking going at it.
Ah, what is going on? Is that a hailstorm?
No. I don't think so.
Standing outside the gate, the numberless coroner looks up at the sky. Fuck it. When there's a word I can't pronounce, we'll just try it twice and skip over it. That's the policy. Being barred from entering the hall, she can see better from where she stands.
Those are Abraxases.
The
falling
burbs.
From the sky.
Another look at the watch. It's become somewhat of a habit over the last few hours. The long anticipated moment has finally arrived.
It's the storm. The storm of this era is here.
Whoops. Okay, so this is like taking place kind of in the middle of, well, near the end of chapter 6, but not like the very end of chapter 6. I wonder if, oh fuck, wait. Because if you go to chapter 6, yeah, okay. You can check the dates. So when is it not the 12th here? Yeah, okay, so it is basically starting at around the halfway point of chapter 6. A little more than halfway, but you know. Battles can now be a total breeze. Starting from chapter 4, all stages will have a breezy mode. Experience easier battles. But why? Mode which will earn you the stage completion rewards for both story mode and breezy mode. Yay! You couldn't have let me just have hard mode from the start and had it clear in the same way. That would have been nice. Yeah, I noticed the breezy mode thing earlier, and I got like a shit ton of rewards for him, because it was like, oh, I already completed everything, alright.
Did you just say the emanation has happened? Just now?
Well, it's just starting right
precisely.
now.
Its 24-hour countdown has begun. There's always a buffer period before the storm, during which the storm syndrome gradually spreads from a critical point across the globe. The symptoms are different every time, and we have yet to discern a pattern. With the help of Laplace Scientific Computer
Laplace.
Center, the best we can do now is to send a 24-hour warning prior to the storm. Another minute has passed.
Another minute has passed. We're all going to die. On this island dedicated solely to the study of the emanation, the situation has far surpassed their imaginations.
Please remain seated, everyone. We are still in the middle of a vote. The emanation holds no influence on this island. The discussion must continue until a satisfactory conclusion is reached. No other subjects shall be brought up until then.
The Banshee, acting as custodian of the assembly, raises her voice, drowning out the arguments. Hey, don't call her a Banshee. She's just doing her job. She's just looking cute. Y'all don't need to be mean to her. Despite the unforeseen turn of events, she remains committed to her duty. The debate must go on.
Come here, 37. Can someone please bring her a blanket?
Like, yeah, that sounds like a specific accent, right? Can someone please bring her a blanket? It's a little Scottish, but it's mostly like this Canadian Minnesotan accent, I feel. With like that little pinch of Scottish. It could be any of those, really. Or it could just be someone doing a weird accent. Her voice softens as she looks at the frail, slender girl in front of her.
42. Go with Sophia and check on those Abraxases.
The man bows and leaves. Why have him as, believer 1 when you just called him 42? You can just put the number 42 on screen. It would actually take up less space than believer 1.
Ah, good news. Good news indeed. We are freed from the pain of choosing whom to blame, are we not?
What?
What? The retic raises a hand with a triumphant smile. As usual, he's offering a new perspective, or what some might call another attempt at stirring up the crowd. As usual, he's being a dickhead.
The emanation is coming. The tides of Numa will pour from above and wash away all trivialities. By then, human intruders and the international powers of this era, along with the turmoil they brought, will all be dissolved and poured into the ditches like gum. And we will regain our shores and return to the study of essence and forms.
This is technically true. His words are met with silence. The crowd is lost in thought, having long detached themselves from the nomental world. 210's words are striking a chord.
No, it's different this time.
The petite figure stands on her feet. She is pale as snow from her coma and did not bother to put on the blanket given to her, which was very rude. I told you the island is sick. It needs some ibuprofen, but the only ibuprofen we can get to is 25 hours away.
It's
Oh.
getting bloated, stagnant, and sluggish, drifting into the world of matters where ignorance reigns.
And it all came
Soon,
from
the
the
tides of Numa will
pilots.
wash over us, sweeping away the fragments of the phenomenal world.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
What did you say?
In other words, we will all be taken by the emanation?
This is unthinkable.
How much ibuprofen was one island need? A lot. That's why it would take 25 hours to gather it. They don't have time. You would need a shit ton of ibuprofen for the island to be fixed. Let me tell you. Plus, you can only take them in like 4-hour cycles, and it's just a mess. We gotta... The impact is like a bomb going off. The crowd is buzzing with fearful whispers. It's like, oh shit. I thought only the outsiders got genocided. Now we get genocided by the storm? Ah, this is bullshit. The lady next to 37 stands up, still holding the unused blanket. Very rude of 37 to do that, by the way.
37, you just woke up from a coma. You're not well.
You're almost as sick as the island. Now we need to get even more ibuprofen. Fuck, this sucks. Let's just wait for the storm and die. Like they just have someone depressed there. It's just like, you know what? I'm good. Then we're gonna get reversed 1,999 times. Yeah. Damn it. Who here is named 1,999? Do we have a 1,999 in the crowd today? I know you all are named after numbers. I don't know why Believer 2 here isn't just called by their name. It would be like 2 characters.
Why don't you take another rest?
Unless your name is 2, I don't want to see it.
Here to warn you. Apiron is gone. I can no longer sense it. This has never happened before.
Never happened before. We're all going to fucking die. Oh.
Why are you so surprised, 37?
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I don't know why I'm surprised. I should have expected us all to die. Yes. We all die eventually. It's just happening a little quicker this time. The question is asked softly, but it cuts like ice.
You should know the reason of its alienation. You brought outsiders to the sacred place. You betrayed the scripture's teachings and angered Apiron.
No.
First, I may have jumped to this accusation, as Manus Vindicte also intruded our sacred place without permission.
And as established earlier, we don't know who's to blame here. The kind of shitty foundation who's trying to help, or the literal Nazis. We can't say. It could be either one.
People, as of now, there's no proof that the emanation will influence the island. 37's account is lacking. And we are still plagued by suspicions, accusations, and the damages done to our home.
Shut the fuck up, 888. You're not even human. You have like some weird purple skin. Are you a mermaid? We established mermaids existed last chapter. Are you one of them? Or are you some other kind of fantasy creature that we haven't established exists yet? Like, what's up with you?
We are to proceed with the hearing and reach a final verdict on both the Foundation and Manus Vindicte.
The attempt to refocus the assembly fails as half the audience turns their attention to the gate. Sophia has returned, standing hastily in front of the exit because she's been segregated to not be allowed in.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I shouldn't have intruded the whole of truth, but...
Shut the fuck up, Sophia! You don't have a number. Get out of here. Ew. Everyone point and laugh at the name haver. She's just Orpal. She's just Orpal. Orpal. Though irritated by the constant interruptions, the custodian immediately notices her peculiar expression.
Sophia, weren't you and 42 checking on the Abraxases?
Weren't you and 42 checking on the Abraxases?
What's the matter?
Yeah. She's definitely either Minnesotan, Canadian, or Scottish. One of those three. Maybe somewhere in between. And that's the new type of fantasy creature they're introducing. The game with the playable apple and satellite, you better believe it. There's a UFO, a satellite, a rocking horse. There's a lot of weird shit in this game. It's awesome. It is exactly my type of dumb shit. I'm trying to think of the other weird ass characters. There's like a kid in a bed sheet that I think is just actually a ghost, but looks like a kid in a bed sheet. And there's just a lot of weird shit in this game. No one has real names. Like, it's very rare for people to have actual names. Most of the characters are like Wind Song and shit like that. Desert Flannel. The corrector, whatever, gestures in the air, her voice shaking.
The Abraxases don't look right. Their beaks, no, their entire heads are melting into oil paints.
It looks really fucking cool, but it's probably bad news. Or, as quoting Jaden Smith, I like it, but I think it's something bad.
42. We were on the beach, suddenly he...
Her words trail off. Beyond the open gate, the screeching of the bird monsters completes her sentence. The other believer appears behind her, shoving Sophia aside as he flails and stumbles into the hall. His face is melting, colorful oil paintings forming a puddle on the floor.
Now I see! It finally all makes sense! There never was the truth, nor the transcendental! Everything is a lie! Nothing but shadows on walls, flickers of fire, and fragments of reality!
I only recognize your name because I killed her for a tier list. How dare. Desert Flannel is cute. She's fun. And this guy is an oil painting now, which is pretty sick, artistically speaking.
The island will be destroyed amid its conflict.
Is that... the storm syndrome?
42, your face.
42, your face. You're looking better than normal. It's a pretty sick get-up you've got there. Completely disregarding those around him, he bursts into maniacal laughter, casting an arcane glow in his palms. He jumps onto a seat and knocks over a row of torches.
No one!
888, stop conversing with him.
But we need to get his opinion.
Now.
I don't think it's fair to subdue him without properly getting his opinion and debating about whether we should. You have to understand, my friend made me do a tier list despite not playing the game. I decided some of the characters played Fortnite. Flannel was killed and became Tony Stark. Ah, I see. I now understand less than I did before. Time for treatment. Tweet, tweet. No, she's not really good with a mental team. I'll just go with
Now it's time for...
Spathia. Yeah, let me look at... Oh yeah, a knight who is just a sword and gloves, kind of. He's fun. The horse girl. She's a centaur. Just a fire god. I don't know what the fuck Balloon Party is. Oh, TTT is a pile of 3 old school televisions. Like CRT televisions. Here's Sputnik. Here's an onion that's also a news reporter. Here's a mirror shard named Door. And here's Miss Radio. And the alien. And the Joker, baby. Yeah, just a fun cast. Door goes hard, they're great. I love how stupid the characters are, genuinely. I'll just get...
Shall I ask the enemy for their tactics?
Yes, you shall.
I'll do my best.
Oh, how did that girl get infected? This has been going on for 2 seconds, and it's already spreading.
Or this one.
And your
Let's
hypothesis?
do this.
Don't be so furious. Time to turn the page.
Time to turn the page.
Calculating distance.
Can you tell that my hyperfixation is book?
Did I miss something?
Oh wow, they're doing a lot more damage than I thought they would. Alright, that's fair.
A good point.
Here, here, here.
Hypothesis. Confirm the coordinates.
Confirm the coordinates, kill the man.
Great. No mistakes.
The benefits of field mapping.
It's so weird playing this game while looking at a computer. I'm so used to just looking at my phone for this game. It's kind of disorienting. I'll put this here. What chain should I do? I guess I'll do this. That'll chain into this, then I'll do this.
No other study could show you this.
I think that makes the most sense. But how could I kill the birds? You can't kill a bird. It goes against my very nature. Like, behold, random bullshit, go. Let me just chuck everything at you. Fuck it.
A good point.
You can do this, Marcus.
And now it's easier to understand.
Oh, I get it. This is a Pokemon video.
Calculating distance.
Yeah, I remember why I don't like fighting these birds. Because they have so much poison damage they stack on you. And it's just like... I don't want to bother bringing a healer to heal off the poison damage. I just want to kill them. Everywhere.
Low profile. I don't want to be shunted to some radical department.
True. Truer words have never been said. I would hate to be shunted to some radical department. Gen 10 goes crazy. You know, Gen 9 had a lot of banger Pokemon, and Gen 10's going even harder. He has the Storm Thunder.
Listen, everyone. 37 is right. Something's changed on this island. Your immunity to the emanation has been weakened.
42 lies motionless on the floor, his face still a mess of colorful paint. Fear and uncertainty quickly arise around him for some reason.
That's never happened in the last 8 times.
What was that? How? Was that a glitch? How?
A feeble induction, my friend. Just because you've never seen a purple cow doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Fuck you, 210. We're not arguing semantics right now. We're all gonna die. Ah, but you see, being unbirthed does not necessarily mean that we will be dead. Fuck you! Shut up!
Logic now. RT2 has literally been emanated.
First the army, then the emanation. Everything's been falling apart since the outsiders arrived on this island.
Damn it. Why couldn't we just have stayed off screen and irrelevant?
The Foundation and Manus Vindictae. One of them must answer for this.
And you should also ask 37 and number 0 what they've done in the sacred place to anger Apeiron so much.
I said that I didn't like long division that much. And the whole crowd just fucking stands up. A few people vomit.
No, 37 didn't cause this. I told you. It was Manus Vindictae.
I told you, it was the literal fucking Nazis over here that want to cause an ethnic cleansing by getting rid of all of the undesirables. And then Manus Vindictae is just like, who's to say? It could have been either of us. And it's like, fuck you.
They broke the peace agreement and launched suicide attacks. They forced their way into the cave.
You and them are equally responsible on this matter. They at least paid with their lives. What about you?
Look, at least they had the courage to kill themselves.
You claim that 42's abnormality was caused by the emanation. But how are we to believe that it isn't, in fact, the work of your arcane skills? As we went through your belongings, Miss Verton, we found a golden sampling device. Enlighten us. What exactly is the Foundation looking for here?
Golden samplings? Duh? Out of the hall comes a soft chuckle.
Good, Vertin, good. Let the confrontations be louder and the struggles be harder. I wonder what shall come of this.
Don't mind my dripping. Sorry, that happens a lot.
Silence.
Oh, he put a lot of emotion in that one. Silence. Why are you you all need to quiet down. The host of the assembly raises his fist, his face unusually grave.
The debate will end now. Since we were unable to come to an agreement, further discussion is pointless. There are more pressing matters to attend to. This will be the end of the assembly, and my decision will be the final ruling. I demand that both parties leave this island at once.
The discussion is clear and final, as the number of reconciliation, there, yep, 6 has been mindful of his use of unilateral authority. God damn it. I hate having... The problem with me streaming these kinds of games is that it really shows off how terrible I am at reading English. Yet there's no objections this time. But is 6 afraid of 7? Yeah, that's why they don't have a 7 right now. Because 7, 8, 9, and now they had to banish 7 for that, because cannibalism is strictly forbidden in the numbers cult. It was a disgusting day. But they did get to have a 20-day debate about whether or not that was should do it. How often do you read words out loud? I used to read words out loud quite a bit, because there was a time where I wanted to be a voice actor really badly. So I would constantly be practicing voices. Which is why I still have the ability to do a bunch of silly voices that I can go in and out of pretty easily. But, I'm still very bad at reading English, just because, I don't know, it just doesn't click in my head a lot of words. The hall falls into a silence that demands a decision. What to do? Accept 6's verdict or wait for Arcana's move. I feel like these are the same thing. You know, game, I feel like you're giving me a choice that doesn't matter. The outcome is still acceptable. Things will just go back to square one. Fuck it. We tried talking with the number cult. Didn't work. Let's just leave. They'll all die. Whatever. Besides the concepts exchanged on the Storm and the samples of asymmetrical nucline R are already significant achievements for subsequent research. There we go. Big words. Big word. More important. I can't even get important. More importantly, if the School of Apparition, Aperia, cannot form an alliance with the Foundation, they must be stopped from joining forces with the enemy instead. This is a chance to take the initiative and avoid being caught in a reactive position. Like, we don't want to be the reactionaries here. Once you get to that point, it's over. All that's needed is to stand up and nod.
Respectfully accept your verdict.
Agreeing was the easy part. Now comes the real issue. What will she choose to do?
My choice matches that of Burton's.
I do love her design. She's very cute and cult looking. How dare you? She casually agreed, just as she did when asked to plead on the stone bangles.
But may I ask for one small doubt to be dispelled? Miss
Tee.
Burton and I will depart ere long. Do you truly not desirest aid from us?
You're kind to ask, miss. It is true that our circle has been disturbed, but we see it as a mere turbulence of the phenomenal world. He who holds the compass decides the circle. This will not shift the center of our focus, nor change the shape of our beliefs.
Even though everything we believe has been proven wrong, like unabashedly wrong, that's never stopped anyone before. So oh, you can just heal that?
Syndrome is a skill.
You can do that?
Never thought it would be possible.
Lily straightens up, looking as composed as ever.
The light of intelligence has cleansed 42 of confusion. It is also what the island needs. The incident will be properly handled, and my ruling stays unchanged.
Arrow on her head reminds me of Chidori. Her name is Arcana. Why do I think this way? Who's Chidori again? There's so many anime characters. Chidori. Because I feel like I remember that name from somewhere, but I don't remember what.
I expect your words to be matched by actions, Miss Arcana.
His tone is cold, leaving no room for negotiation.
Certainly. It was a fair and just decision.
I don't think it was bullshit and stupid at all. Look into my
Hoping
eyes.
to depart amidst such unfavorable weather.
Stop looking all coy like that, you fucking Nazi.
I presume Miss Burton will also appreciate more time to prepare for the journey. What sayest thou?
Purse owner? Purse owner number 3. Oh yeah! Chidori. Purse owner 3. Who is that like the student council girl? Is that Chidori? Who was Chidori? Wait, she's a Nazi? Yeah. Manus Vindictae are Nazis. They're trying to create an ethno state and get rid of all of the undesirables using the storm. Like, their entire plan is speeding up the storm to happen as quickly as possible so that it basically gets rid of all humans that aren't a part of their girl. Oh my god, you're right, it is the goth girl. Yes, that was her name. Yeah, Medea. I just always remember her as her persona's name for some reason. Medea, yeah. But yeah, they're trying to get rid of all the people that aren't in their in-group. Because the storm basically does do that. It just kind of genocides everyone that isn't immune to it. It is a reasonable request, and her expression is nothing but decent and sincere.
The hourglass empties in 2 hours. Please leave before that.
Thank you for your thoughtful consideration.
The decision is met with no further objection from the people. The people. Six put away the hourglass and looks at the silent audience.
Lastly, I would like to share a story. To conclude today's meeting and respond to Miss Arcana's tale.
I am most honored.
The leader raises his hands and faces the people.
I too have heard the story of the first circle, but in my version, more followed. The first of man were intimidated by the enormity of nature and constantly tried to defy and escape it. Our ancestors, however, had the opposite reaction. They found solace in nature, which welcomed them with a nourishing embrace, sharing its vastness and sublimity without reservation. It was the perfect harmony, the moment the circle ceased to represent confrontation and avoidance. As we bathed in Apollo's illumination and wandered the tranquil shores,
Gift of prophecy.
our souls resonated, and we were lifted to a higher wisdom. This was
Now we have the big boy brain.
ignorance and allowed ourselves to indulge on the essence and forms. This was the rise of the classic man.
Oh shit. Knocked over the chair a bit. This is the rise of the classic man, which inevitably led to the rise of the planet of the apes.
May you all be blessed with the courage for reconciliation, the determination for peace, and the devotion to nature. Qualities no less noble than caution and defiance. You may all leave now.
Get out of my face. Go die in the storm. Thank you.
Please, just a moment.
A clear voice rings across the hall. Classic man. Finally. Yeah. Classic man joining up with modern man. It's a pretty good setup. I hate when he joins up with future man though. That shit's always boring. Their conflicts are just so forced, you know? Oh god. Let's get that a bit bigger again, shall we? Honestly, I should probably just be making this bigger in general. Yeah, that looks better. And then I'll make myself smaller. I could just put myself in the middle of the screen here just to be maximum annoying. Well, no, that's not maximum annoying. This is maximum annoying. Here we go. Do you like the game? Her robe flutters as she stands up on the high podium.
I will fix our circle. 888 was right. I have enraged Aperon. I am responsible. I will go back to the sacred place, pass its test, and ask it to share the divine light of Gnosis so we can learn the truth about the essence. I will make up for what I've done. I promise.
I'm going to take it upon myself and assume that this is my fault. Because, like, maybe it was. I don't know. Fuck it. Might as well try.
It has been 300 years since the last challenger had their success in the cave. 37. Are you aware that we have other means to cleanse the island, even if you don't bring the matter to Aperon?
I don't like how weirdly powerful 6 is.
Then are you aware of the price you will pay should you fail its test?
Yeah, I'll fucking die or something. Who cares?
Yes, I am.
Then you shall have my blessing.
He leaves, ignoring the murmurs of shock. The gavel is thus brought down. By whom? We don't know, 'cause the gavel guy left. So someone else picked it up and slammed it down, but we didn't see him. Oh, okay, my phone still has some battery. Good. It is very warm. Like, you can tell that it is struggling. The symptoms of the current storm system can be roughly summarized as oil painting transformation and heightened delirium. Depending on the region, the severity of the storm syndrome also varies. Ooh, back in Vienna, that was chapter 6, back in Vienna. Expressionistic oil painting transformations pervades the body uncontrollably. At the same time, emotional stability is severely impacted. Irrationality and abnormal behavior occurs, including but not limited to deadly force to correct pronunciation. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, I don't think this game can be played on PC. So I'm using my phone and streaming it to my PC so that I can record it on OBS properly. But, if there are people using deadly force to correct pronunciation, I'm fucked. Like, in that society, I'm already dead. Declaring oneself as an independent nation and funding a country by family unit, identifying parties by the color of their oil paintings, and persecuting people of different colors. Well, that's just them acting in normal human nature, you see. They just do that anyways. Oil painting transformation syndromes only appear on the face, with few cases of recovery reported. Specific reasons unknown. Aggressiveness increases, especially a strong destructive impulse towards olive trees. They fucking hate olives. Democratic votes on whether to go to war have occurred several times in different squares, often splitting into two factions and starting a war during the vote. This is again pretty normal. Oil painting transformation syndromes are limited to parts of the facial organs, with minor additional effects to the body, which can largely be ignored. The main mental effect is reflected by an increase in swearing. These guys have it pretty good, comparatively speaking. The local military, severely affected, has been attempting to convert the pyramids into war fortifications. Based on feedback from investigators around the world, it has been tentatively concluded that the epicenter of this storm is Vienna, because that is where we shot Franz Ferdinand, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, baby, let's go. We started World War I early. Like, the reason I'm upset that I didn't stream myself playing the last chapter, chapter 6, is because the very start of the chapter, I was waiting and anticipating for them to kill Archduke Franz Ferdinand and start World War I. Because Manus Vindictae, their whole thing is that they want to cause major world events to happen sooner than they're supposed to. That way the storm happens sooner than it's supposed to, because the storm is triggered by major events in human history. So, the entire chapter, I was waiting for Franz Ferdinand to get fucking killed, and at the end of the chapter, they show that they did a bunch of assassinations, the final one being Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and I popped off. I popped off so hard. And closer to the physical distance to the epicenter, the more severe the symptoms of the storm syndrome. Example, German speakers with non-Australian accents have been attacked by Australians. To be more precise, this is an act of rebellion against peace. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. I feel like I should just do the story on screen and do the supplemental battles off stream. Because that's always just something I can just kind of do while lazing about waking up in the morning. Oh. We're getting a message in, folks.
The headquarters has issued a notice. The critical point of the storm is in Vienna.
I can imagine you cheering for that. Like I cheered for Maria getting shot. Look, I just like when I'm right about things. And I don't know why I thought the idea of them killing Franz Ferdinand early was just really fucking funny. I don't know why. That idea is just really funny to me. And I'm so glad they did it. The chief assistant puts down Miss Radio and turns around with a somber expression.
This type of storm syndrome involves a bodily transformation into oil paintings, primarily affecting the face, but sometimes spreading to the torso. It is often accompanied by delirium and an intense obsession with war.
This is unfortunate because I've never really liked delirium as an Isaac boss. I just felt like it lasted a bit too long, and it felt very congested, you know? A bit too much going on with not as much substance as other bosses in the game, you know what I mean? Sinetto, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Resulting from the constant tensions Management Dictate created between nations. This era.
The color of the sky has changed to look much prettier, to be fair. The storm syndrome has finally reached this island. No one on the team's caught it yet, but it could soon change.
This is absurd.
With a bag filled with alchemy materials over her shoulder, the young pirate remains spirited despite a week in underground captivity. Despite her being imprisoned for like the entirety of the last 2 chapters.
We went through all that trouble, sweated our guts out, and finally got to a place where the storm can be kept out. But now you're telling me that immunity is going to disappear like a fart in the wind.
This is fucking bullshit. I didn't sign up for any of this. But you did technically sign up for this, Regulus. Shut the fuck up. I thought that was just hypothetical.
There might be alchemic materials and pieces of books the Abraxas has left behind from their mills.
OMG, Regulus. Yeah, Regulus. I love her, she's great.
Now that is frustrating, mate. Such is the nature of Arcanum.
With a question mark? Sinetto, I feel like you should... Sinetto, can I get a repeat of that line? You didn't actually, frame that in the form of a question.
The immunity hasn't disappeared. It's just waning. For now, only the beach has lost the effect. We're still safe around the Hall of Appearing.
But there's no guarantee that we'll be safe here forever, right?
Well, I am getting out of here with Red 38. Red 32? Whatever, see you later, suckers. She just fucking leaves. I have a plane and you do not. Bye-bye.
Reminds me of Xeno's survival test.
Sinetto and I talked about this. We think the island is protected by a large-scale arcane ritual. The sudden decay of the island's storm immunity might be the result of its changes, though I'm unsure of the specifics. Those people are doing something about it, right? That leader leader with the rockstar hair, shouldn't he be taking action by now?
Shouldn't he be doing like something about this shit? No.
Six has gathered all integers after the assembly. They're going to perform a mass cleansing ceremony. 37 also mentioned a test. I think they have more than one way to deal with the changes.
To the best of this apple's knowledge, secluded pure-blood arcanist groups often have rituals that they keep to themselves.
Oh yeah, there's like a pure-bloodedness angle to this as well, which is another reason why the Manus Vindictae girl is a Nazi. Because if anyone starts talking about pure blood shit and talking about it positively, they might be a Nazi. They're definitely like Nazi adjacent at very least.
These islanders impart truths based on intellect and rationality, yet their doctrines are highly religious. Perhaps their arcane skills are passed down in a religious manner.
Oh, very mysterious, very arcane. I hope they're not all huddled together doing a mass at a time like this.
I fucking love Lila's voice acting. Oh, very mysterious, very arcane. They are all huddled together doing a math.
And I'm more worried about us, Capitan.
Capitan. That changes her tone. Unusually serious.
Arcana asked for more time for both sides to withdraw, didn't she?
Yes. 6 gave us 2 hours to leave. That is to say...
ZZ00.
Storm countdown reaches 2000.
And before that, the stone bangle on your wrist still works, right?
Yes. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, we still have this plot device, huh?
It would scold me whenever I thought about going to war with them.
Huh, I see. So we only have powers for the plan.
Flowers.
Plan? What plan?
I don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
Aren't we sneaking away from all this? Sorry, Regulus. Your accommodation was a long way from ours, so we haven't given you the latest updates.
Sorry, you were in prison, and really we just didn't want to bother. So we'll just tell you now. You can be the audience surrogate, Regulus. Oh, I gotta be the fucking audience surrogate again.
Where are you going?
The sudden appearance of a girl startles the crowd. 37 stands there with a curious look on her face, looking again like a dog, like a puppy.
37?
We're discussing how to leave this place, 37.
Precisely. I was just about to say, your chief wants us gone in a jiffy, but we don't even have a piece of wood to sail with. Vertin is sizing us up to see if we can fit in her suitcase. She's going to swim across the Aegean Sea using her tiny arms. Right, Vertin?
Yes, Regulus, I will be doing that. Regulus squints and eagerly pokes her elbow in.
Right.
Correct.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Then you must leave from the north side of the beach. Jump off the cliff there and head south. The cliff is on the tangent line of the Hall of Apiron, which is a good sign for your journey.
Don't jump off the cliff into the ocean. It's a good sign for your journey. She nods confidently, fully convinced at her own conclusion.
I will show you where to jump, but you'll have to wait till Vertin and I return.
Me? Where are we going?
What kind of question is that?
But where I say we're going.
Only place worth going.
Write the number, hell. We didn't do good enough numbers to get into number heaven. So now we're going to Number Hell. What is Number Hell? You'll see when we get there. No, tell me right now. What the fuck is Number Hell? Oh, Burton, don't you know? We've been there this whole time. Guest room on the island.
To look for 37. Took such good care of her while she was in a coma.
In the darkness, the figure trembles ever so slightly. She tries to steady herself. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm plot relevant. Like, they gave me an important looking design, but I haven't been pullable yet, and it's just like, why am I even here?
What I should do, Madame Motta. She's going back to the cave for the test, where I can't help her.
She looks down, trying the best to press her shaking hands together.
All I can do is pray for her, for I have no adequate knowledge or power to assist her, as ever.
Perhaps you needn't worry so much. 37 is the one favored by truth. She will be fine.
I know. It's just...
I want to be important to the story. And they haven't done anything with me yet, and it's just really depressing. Sophia lets out a long, helpless sigh and buries her face deep in her palms.
She is also of mortal flesh. She could get hurt, bleed, or die.
Or all three. She avoids looking at the beach, seeing as it is a battlefield where she lacks the skills to engage.
You haven't been with us for long, Madame Motta.
Super cool person. To find out more about this super cool person, you have to wait for the next banner and pull to get her the story. I'm pretty sure Sophia isn't even on the next banner, or the banner after that. Like, I don't know if Sophia will ever be pullable. Like, cause, like, this game does have, like, at least from what I've seen looking ahead in what other regions for this game have, it seems like she ain't pullable. Which is weird, cause Kakanya, who got introduced last chapter, is going to be pullable in this later on in this patch. So it's weird that Sophia, who was introduced 2 chapters ago, is not. Which makes me think she is either going to die or they just didn't figure out what to do with her.
Here on this island, we spent years theorizing, proving, and constructing models based on our mortal comprehension, defining the boundaries of what man is capable of understanding. But when it comes to the essence and forms, we are unable to make any definitive statements. So we humbly approach the temple and inquire about the correctness of our beliefs.
Hello, Stone. Are we correct about our beliefs? No. He said yes!
And our answer is delivered as a yes or no, reverberating in the form of echoes.
Yeah, Sophia's in the name is on the island with the number people, but she does not have a number, because some people just don't have numbers for some reason. Everyone has, like, a number assigned to them, but some people just don't. And I don't remember the explanation why.
Is that the submission of proof Six mentioned before?
The corrector nods, knowing her friend has a natural talent for this.
Validating one's essence and soul with a number, and verifying the authenticity of one's claims are simple feats for us. Charon's test is different.
That shit has long division, fractions. It has everything. It's like a Calc 3 exam up in there. She is Sophia the First. But, you know, we're finding out what being royal is all about. And, you know, I thought it would be more about exploiting the innocents, but apparently it's just about hanging out with fake people.
Those who succeed will obtain the transcendental truth. Those who fail will pay a terrible price.
$5.99 for every footlong you ever get.
Everything has its limits and boundaries. Those who overstep their bounds will only court their own misfortune.
I don't even think that joke works anymore. I don't think it's been $5 footlongs for a while.
our bodies, and all things be refrained from excess. The boundless, limitless, and infinity are not of our realm to tread. They belong only to ancient beings that we cannot utter. We can only stand in awe, offering our admiration, humility, and reverence.
You know, I said this earlier in the stream, but I like your funny words, Magic Man. That's how I feel with all the math talk.
To be indulged with the transcendental truth. But if she fails, if she can't bear the weight of the boundless infinity,
She can't go on.
I wish I knew a better way. Who could even do it in her place? But only she can do it. It has to be her. 37.
I love this emotional dialogue talking about a character named fucking 37.
Perfect solution to finally put an end to all our problems.
No, trust me, this is an easy fix. All you have to do is sell these products to other people and give me a portion of the market value that you sell. And then you can convince other people to sell the product as well under you, and they'll give you their profits. It'll go back upward to me, and this will eventually fix all our problems.
If I pass the test, Apiron will grant me the answer to one question. It can be any question I don't have an answer to. Even about the essence and everything. At least that's what Mama told me.
That's what my mom told me. And, like, I can ask him how to pass the test. And then once I do that, we'll be home free. 37 nods with confidence.
Just have to choose the right question to ask. And we will be rid of all the troubles. Whether it be the emanation, the turmoil of the phenomenal world, or the changes threatening the island. All will be gone.
She gets there, like, I wish for more wishes. Like, that's not a question.
I have Six's blessing. He agrees with me. So, Vertin.
Not so fast. You can't just steal away our helmswoman like that. This thing, it's too good to be without any risks, don't you think? What if Vertin doesn't make it back, huh? Who's going to swim us across the sea then?
It could be risky, but not for Vertin. Only for me. 0 multiplied by any number will still be 0.
Well, it'll only be dangerous for me. Vertin's the main character. She has immunity. I know my life is in danger because the writers could kill me off at any moment. But Vertin is different. They're the main character.
We have validated that proof.
Well,
I double-checked it on the list and everything.
besides, Vertin doesn't seem like a 0 to me.
I already switched her in and out of battle, so now she's a hero.
But 37, isn't this a sacred test for your people? I've never taken the oath. I'm not one of you.
And frankly, I wouldn't want to be. I don't want to be a part of your weird number fetish. I respect you and love you as a friend, but I really am not down for this.
That does not matter, Vertin. But you must know that once we enter the temple, we cannot turn back. The path to the truth is a one-way road.
And we'll never be able to escape the temple. So, we'll get to die knowing the answer to the question, and that's nice at least.
Our last visit was interrupted, remember? You didn't get to ask your question, and I didn't get my answer. And now, I don't need to ask my question anymore.
She bites her lip, holding her own arms tightly.
You and your friends were right, Vertin. The discord in the phenomenal world does have an effect on essence and forms. No one can argue against this when facing the emanation. But there's more I'd like to know, and I believe you feel the same. I will tell
But
Six
still,
you're coming with me.
most of this shit doesn't add
Tell
up.
everyone and persuade them, because this is the right thing to do.
Go, Timekeeper. While you're out, Lilia and I will ready us for evacuation.
Meanwhile, Lilia's left.
Thank you both. I'm ready. Before we go, 37, I have a question.
But you can't ask questions until after we finish the trial. Did you not listen to anything I said? A golden opportunity has arisen. This could be a chance to level the playing field against Manus Vindictae.
You said that a Perrin will grant an answer to whoever passes the test. Will it answer my question? If I asked for a way to become immune to the storm?
I don't know. You should ask them when you get in there. They get there and it's like, alright, could I be able to ask my question to you about the storm? Like, yes. Alright, awesome. So my question is, nope, too late, you asked. Bye. Oh, let's see how well my phone is doing. 38. Alright, 38's... we can still keep going for another portion or two. 4 cross checks. Oh, now we're back here. Oh, the storm arrives in ZZ hour.
You are the crazy ones, and I will prove myself right.
Right.
Seriously, can someone please bring Matthew back to the rehab center? That mask has made him crazy.
God damn it, Matthew. Doing this shit again. The researcher's arms flail wildly as he stumbles across the shiny silver floor, adding more to the chaos. Amidst the mayhem, a bottle of alcohol on the ground bursts into blue flames, and then 2 metal feet stomp across the fire without hesitation.
Any progress?
It's time for Robot Lady.
Called all the experts here, but so far it's been a waste of time. Not even a bodily reaction when reciting the text. It doesn't belong to any known language, nor follow any linguistic rules. Many are starting to doubt the accuracy of the incantation. After all, it was copied down by a novice investigator with her arcane skill, not her supervisor.
Well, her supervisor is dead, so we gotta do what we gotta do. The door is pushed open. The spacious room is now packed with people. They're all gathered around a radio on the table.
Miss Marcus, can you confirm that the incantation you dictated was correct?
I can't confirm shit.
We also learned that you witnessed a visual recording of Arcana performing her arcane skill depicted through images recreated by a pure-blooded arcanist. Is that right?
Yes, but it was from her memory, so it might have been inaccurate.
To be precise, I saw it in the memories of Isolde, a former member of Manus Vindictae, using Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror.
I wouldn't call her a former member of Manus Vindictae. She is still very much a part of them. You just forced her not to be. Oh god, I wish so much I had my reaction to the last chapter, because Cacanha goes on this full speech to Cacanha about her ideals and how she wants the world to be more equal and so everyone can live happier, and somehow Isolde twisted that into being, oh, you want me to kill all the people you don't like. And Cacanha just had to react with a, what? I don't think you understand what I meant by everyone, Isolde. Hold on. I didn't mean that you should kill everyone I disagree with. She's like, but why not? That would be, like, the simplest way to meet equality. She's like, Isolde? I don't think you know what equality is.
Do you deem the reflection of Miss Cacanya's arcane mirror to be accurate, factual, and without misinterpretation?
I'm not sure.
I'd give it like a 60-40.
Can you confirm that your arcane skill, Read, was performed correctly and provided an unbiased, objective, and flawless interpretation?
I don't fucking know. I read the book. What do you want me to do? My special interest is book, and I turned their memory into book, and I read it. I've done everything I could.
I don't know about that either, but I saw it with my own eyes.
I heard at the chanting. So, like, you know.
I don't know what language that was, but that's how I heard it, and I've written it down phonetically.
Please calm down. We are only verifying the details.
Please calm down. I know your life is on the line, and you're probably in a hurry, but, like, you're being really panicky right now, and it's making me uncomfortable.
The Foundation has dispatched a special operations squad to you in Vienna. Please make sure the two other arcanists involved will return to the Foundation with you.
I understood.
Okay. Oh, I did not read correctly. The result is far from ideal. Her face is pale, as lifeless as her mechanical colleagues.
Is this it?
A sarcastic voice cuts through the air as a man pushes through the front.
Ancient miracle, a circle of salvation.
I don't know, it didn't sound very...
Attuna Psycho?
Attuna Psycho!
An inexplicable incantation transcribed by an arcanist based on what you saw in the memory of another arcanist recreated by yet another arcanist.
Yeah. I don't see the problem here. So you're telling me this went through a game of telephone across like 5 different sources?
It has convoluted as a dream within a dream within a dream to think they wanted an objective restoration. I mean, if Gnosis is so reliable and can really cross-check not only once but 4 times, it should have long replaced science by now. With this level of uncertainty, we might have better luck asking typewriter monkeys to randomly give us the answer to the storm immunity.
I mean, you haven't tried that yet, so like, it could work. You never know. We don't know what monkeys are capable of in this universe.
I requested his participation on the cryptography team. He is a human. but he excels in the field of cryptography.
But
Shut up, goldfish man. Beep boop.
and why can't I be here? Is it because Greta Hoffman's my sister? And is this what a respectable and honorable member of the Foundation gave her life to retrieve? Is this the ritual she died for? Oh, right. It wasn't even her who retrieved the ritual. It was a student.
You are not currently on the official roster. You can leave at any time.
Leave? Why should I leave?
Why should I leave? I didn't do shit. The goldfish over there is the one making the problems.
Ich habe jedes Recht zu wissen, wofür meine Schwester gestorben ist.
Do not shout languages at me that I do not understand.
Nun gut, Leute, an die Arbeit. Lasst uns dieses große Rätsel entschlüsseln und sehen, was es uns bringen wird.
It hasn't happened in so long that I forgot that sometimes characters just just start talking in a different language, and they don't clarify which one. And it's like, I don't know what this guy is saying.
Erlösung oder Zerstörung?
He leaves, sneering, waving the note with the phonic spelling in his hand. The farce is finally over. The room is at peace again. The cryptography team turns to the robot, awaiting her instructions.
Return to your stations, please. Let us not dismiss its credibility until we have exhausted every possibility.
Also, do you like my robot titties? They were made especially because of the complaints box saying I did not look natural enough and needed more sex appeal.
Add Adler Hoffman into the cryptography team roster.
The cryptography lead hesitates for a moment, surprised. Nonetheless, he quickly leaves the room. You did not do what I demanded, Goldfish Head. Why are you betraying me? System overload. Self-destruct and imminent. The phone on the wall, used for internal communication, begins to ring.
Observation and Research Center.
How may I take your order?
I will make sure Miss Lucy is aware of that.
Glyson puts down the phone and turns to the robot, a flicker of panic on her face.
It's a call from the rehab center about the previous study on the Manus mask.
Yo, why'd they make this staff member cute? She's like super cute. I love her haircut. You're gonna want to see this.
Very good, Matthew. Now tell us, what did you hear?
The already narrow corridor is now filled with security guards. The room they're guarding is heavily secured, isolated behind 3 layers of tempered glass. A patient sits in a room with a mask on his face.
Those voices, the inaudible murmurs, the frightening whispers, they worm into my ears. I've told you before, I wrote about this before, but you dismissed them as manic episodes.
None of you take mental health seriously, and it's really negatively affecting our work culture here.
Did you put on the mask?
What the fuck does it look like? I have the mask on right now!
Yes. How else would I know that I was right? And now I know. I never ever heard them so clearly. They are screaming inside my head. They're temptations. They're promises. I just have to let go of my brain. Can you hear it? The benevolent mother is speaking.
She's speaking, and she's hot, and I hate it. Mommy milkers are overrunning my brain as we speak. I can write the ultimate paper with my ultimate pen and with my ultimate hands.
Who is this mother?
She's my mommy. Mommy milker. She is answered by a loud crash. The researcher throws himself against the glass, gasping in horror and scratching helplessly at the surface.
I can't say anymore. They've seen it. They've come for me. Kill me. Kill me now.
It is too late to beg for mercy. His scream is abruptly silenced by as his head explodes open behind the glass barrier. Amidst the splatter of blood and brain, a new being emerges from the remnants of his flesh. The alarm blares loudly. A Manus follower wriggles up from the bloody floor, holding a triangle in hand as he lets out a loud cry. For some reason, all of these Manus Vindictae grunts have like a music theme to them. I don't know why, but it is kind of cool. Yo, another bot, hell yeah. The Isla ends the call, cutting off the horrid sounds at the other end of the phone.
Suspend all research on the Manus mask at once. Its dangers far outweigh the potential benefits. Seal away all equipment and share only a controlled account of the incident with others. We cannot afford to have another researcher try on the mask again. Now, clean this up.
Now, clean up this mess we got here. There's all blood everywhere. A squad of armed guards storms into the room under the cover of sleeping gas. On the other side of the grass, the robot turns away from the scene, categorizing yet another set of Storm research data as irrelevant and filing it away as a waste of her memory. Awesome.
Another dead end.
Another dead end. Far more disappointing than the dead person we just saw. Oh. Rehab center. Although I don't think that guy is going to be going through rehab, I gotta be real.
Time for treatment.
Treatment.
Let's go. I walk fast.
Let's go, Slowpoke. God. This will definitely be the last segment of this stream because my phone is on fire.
Calculating distance. Liam.
The twofer. We got a twofer. This battle system is pretty fun. It's very simple, but it's fun. Just nice little card combat you get. Plus, I've pulled good, so I have the good characters, except for the newest one. I did not get Robot Girl when pulling on her this morning. I remember it's called Murder. Get clue. Emergency notice to halt research on Manus Vindictae's mask. Who would have guessed that using those things would be a bad idea? To all members involved in the Storm research, Manus Vindictae masks are now considered extremely dangerous and of no research value. All related research and experimentation must cease immediately. In addition, if any members become irrationally agitated, display an abnormal hatred towards humanity, and believe they hear a soft, seductive female voice that is in there, nearby personnel should immediately evacuate the area and contact the nearest security officer. If you hear a seductive woman talking into your ears, you haven't reached heaven. You're going to die. News from the front lines. The esteemed Miss Greta Hoffman, a valiant fighter for human achievement, has tragically lost her life during a Storm investigation mission. Investigator Marcus has successfully relayed vital information and is waiting for support on site. A special operations team has been dispatched post-haste. Please resume work status after reading this report and observing a 3-second moment of silence. Yeah, poor Hoffman. She had such a good design and they killed her. I loved her design. Examining the storm is a daunting task that requires careful consideration. That's why to collect and document every potential clue here for future reference. Wowie zowie, 2 clues. That's 2 more than 0. Give me the things. Oh fuck, there's still another thing here. There's a star. Puzzles and solvers. Now they're all here. Let's get to know them. Ulrich. Approved. Reasons for selection. The most skilled cartographer in Laplace, also the most brilliant expert in arcane cartography. In addition, his energy consumption ratio is excellent, capable of high-quality work for 72 hours with only 2 supplies needed. Recommended for selection of leader for the decryption team. Decryption. Why did I struggle with that word? Team leader's comments. This assistant of mine is incorrect. This record has since been updated to 360 hours. Nonetheless, I agreed. Reasons for selections. Dawkins is an expert in linguistics. We need more of such people when the origin of incantations is unknown. Team leader's comments. Dawkins is talented but lacks a sense of seriousness as evidenced by his inappropriate jokes. Do not let him work alone. Assign a serious staff member to supervise him, and also use a cold humor punishment device, setting the penalty at £3 a joke. Oh, I'd be dead. If I had to pay $3 for every time I did a failed joke, I'd be more bankrupt than I already am. Reasons for selection. Richard is an excellent theoretical mathematician and is able to provide us with advice from a mathematical perspective. Team leader's comments. Richard is only cautious when solving math problems, but averages 3 collisions with table counters per day. He also needs a supervisor to prevent such accidents during experiments. Geez, how many are there? Oh my god. Alright, Matthew. The dead guy. Reasons for selection. Matthew has excellent decision-making skills. His fighting spirit will surely bring about important breakthroughs in our decryption work. You just comment. He's just too impulsive. I do not recommend him making any decisions. Otherwise, an explosion in the lab will be the least of our worries. But he's an excellent decision maker. I would not recommend him making decisions. Williams has a meticulous thought process. He excels at finding loopholes that others cannot. Perhaps he can assist Matthew and prevent him from making any egregious mistakes. Williams is what we call an introvert. His penchant for discovery doesn't mean he'll be good at communicating his findings. He should be left alone to deal with verification. Just don't look at him. We keep him in the corner so we don't have to think about him. Victor has a leapfrogging thinking pattern and can keep research from getting stuck. Victor is good, sure. It's just that his ideas are sometimes incomprehensible. Do not let him team up with Dawkins. They will kill us all. He will definitely end up paying £3 for Dawkins to tell a joke. I can assure you, putting a weirdo and a dark humor fanatic together will cause us problems. We've had many problems with this before. We've had to contact HR a lot. It's just a mess. Adler's recommendation is not only because he is an excellent cryptologist, but also because his decryption is not just a task for arcanists. We need opinions from humans as well. I have my reservations. It's not that the team doesn't need humans, but it shouldn't be a silent enigma who hasn't been seen in public for 8 years. We didn't even know he was alive until today. He's been publicly dead ever since, for a long time. But since my phone is probably about to die, what's it at? 30%, not too close to death, but closer than I'd like. I will leave off for now and probably stream again tomorrow or maybe the day after, because I do want to see where this story is going. And I hope you all had a fun time. I had a fun time. I like how silly this game is a lot. So, until next time, hoot hoot, hoot hoot.